to see everybody can hear me loud and clear. And if the visuals are fine, I'm trying a 5G network in Italy, so I hope that the 5G network is good. So give me a like and tell me whether everything is okay. So good evening, Kai. Good evening to you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Uh, all to hit like and subscribe. Okay. I don't see any comments yet. I think it's coming a little bit slower. There's a like. Ah, Jia Hong, good to see you. Yes. Okay, my tax expert is here. Um, Randall, good to see you too. Okay. All to give a like, please. Yes, that's very important. Good evening. Chiu Sim. It's very important. Today, we should I want to talk about something very fiery, okay? Very, very fiery, potentially get me in trouble with the government, but don't say is something very I don't think I live up the calling of a Singaporean. Okay. Good to see you, MW. Okay. No, I'm not in Frankfurt. I left Frankfurt. Okay. I left Ketlu and flew over to Italy. Okay. Hello, Kimi. Good to see you. Okay. Okay. All to give a like. Okay. Guess what I'm going to talk about tonight? Okay. Tonight is a quite a serious topic and very, very serious topic. I hope you won't get me in trouble with the government. I won't get one of phone calls and say, hey, Lou, what are you doing? Kind of thing, right? Yes. Okay, sorry, my hair a little bit messy. I'm trying to comb it a little bit. Okay, I got hair to comb now. Now a little bit of yes. Okay, good to see everybody. Yes. Got hair to comb is a nice feeling, by the way. Okay, I need more. Okay, I didn't realize that actually when I was young, my hair is curly. Because by the time I grew old, I got no more hair. So forgotten that my hair is curly. So the curl came back. It's a very unusual feeling. Okay, yes. Now, all right, cool. Okay, let's go to the subject proper itself. The topic I talk about is housing policy. Okay, and the housing policy is a very serious policy. It touches everybody or most people. What I'm going to say, I think the government would not like to hear, but what I'm going to say possibly is what most people would agree with me. And and I think I firstly declare that I'm a huge PAP supporter, and I'm still is, despite what I'm going to say. Um, so not it doesn't mean that criticizing certain policies make me an uh, opposition supporter or anti-PAP. So I better make that declaration first, okay? But if I see something that is not doing well, I think I better highlight it. So I think it's very important for our government to realize this, that this is reaching a catastrophic level of severity, that they better look into this issue. And I would like to poll everybody for your feedback as well. Good evening, Danny. Good evening, Boon. So how this topic came about is one of my staff actually. She's only 22 years old. Her boyfriend is still in army, and one day she's taking a leave taking a leave from us from working, and say that she need to go to HDB and they have successfully balloted a house, a BPO, and interestingly, she's going for a very high end one. She got a Commonwealth one, and I think it's $700 for 4 room flat. I said, congratulations, you're gonna make hell lot of money in future and blah blah blah. But later it just struck upon me that, hey, your your boyfriend is still in the army, okay? And by the way, you're only 22 years old, right? So I was like, isn't it a bit too young? She said, no, right? And she calculated it for me. She said that even if she successfully get a flat this round and choose a flat, which I think she would, she has to wait for 6, 7 years to get a flat. That's what she said. I said, no lah, not so long period. She said, yeah, mature area is very slow. So 6, 7 years. So by the time she get her flat, she will be 28, 29 years old. Then she can make have a baby and all sort of things. I said, why don't you stay with your parents and things? I said, parents' house very small. I said, when you rent a flat, then he said, Mr. Lu, are you blind the way you know how expensive are the rentals now? Then I was like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Then I realized, oh, we have a serious policy problem here. Then a few days later, I was discussing this. I was with Kit Lu in Frankfurt, and I was discussing this with Kate Lu as well. And Kate also said the same thing that she and her boyfriend is beginning some conversation along this line. I said that, hey, you only know your boyfriend for less about a year, maybe less than that. You know, both of you are still studying. Okay, you haven't gone to working world. How many of you agree with me on this statement? People change when they enter the workforce. How many of you agree with me with this statement? People change when they enter the workforce. If you agree with me, say me, me, me. I'm not saying all, but a good chance a lot of people. When you enter the workforce, a lot of people change. A lot of people change, right? I myself change. Yeah, me. Okay. I change a fair bit, right? Yeah, me. People change. People change seriously. Now, I'm not saying that people change for the worse, but people change in life perspective. They see more things. They see more handsome people, more successful people. They see the ugly side. They see why you're not my spouse, not like that. Why you like that? The kind of thing. People change. Your perspective change. And if you go in the working world and suddenly you do very well, and suddenly your spouse is not doing well, especially when you're a girl and the guy is behind you. Guess what happened? Then you have got status issue, right? A lot of people change in working life. I'm not saying that my everybody change for worse, but people's perspective change. Their choice of life partner may change as well. How many of you seen that? Right? I've seen very staunch Christians, okay, very staunch Christians became monsters become monsters at workforce. I've seen very conservative, very conservative people became very loose sexually in workforce. I've seen all of them. Okay, I've seen all of them. Work changes people. You agree with me? Yeah. So a lot of young people right now are rushing into the conversation because BTO take forever to build. And on top of that, balloting for BTO take a long time as well. Okay? And I ask you, why don't you buy resale flat? Then is again, right? That Mr. Lu, are you blind? Do you know how expensive the resale flat is? I say with this subsidy here and there, then she had just calculate. Even with this subsidy, do you know how unaffordable it is? Yeah. Okay. Then I realized we have a freaking serious problem. The problem number one is BTO. Why the hell do we need to build only when we secure an order? It's like, right? Because we're afraid of and this and Minister Desmond Lee actually said that the experience of 1997 was such a trauma to the government that they refused to have oversupply. Okay, they refused to oversupply. But with all the statistics and all the information, you still cannot manage your inventory. Something is wrong. You can. It's like you know that there's a risk of building 30,000 is too much, and build 5,000, build 10,000, right? Build 15,000 flats, right? At some level, you can be conservative in taking risks. Politicians need to be risk taking at a political countrywide level, okay, managing the risk, right? If not, we're going to have a problem. It never dawned on me that our children, our low birth rates, one of the single biggest reason is because of our housing policy. No women, no children, no couple is going to get married with their kids without their housing. Not saying no, very few. Yeah, okay. Uh, so therefore, we have a very serious problem. We have a serious problem. How? So of course, right? You can actually say that parents help out lah, that kind of thing. Of course, your parents can help out. How many parents can help out our kids? Our kids to yeah to fulfill all these housing wishes, right? So the first problem is BTO. In my time, there's no such thing as BTO. We build ahead of demand, and then our waiting time was much slower, right? So therefore, the concept of BPO is a serious social problem in our society. Okay. And I don't believe the government, with all the super smart people, with all the information and statistics, with all our amazing ability to take governmental risks, cannot build build houses ahead of demand, right? Very difficult, right? I don't understand why it's so difficult. Very difficult for me to understand, right? Not everybody wants to stay with their parents. Okay, not everybody wants to stay with parents, and not every parents want their children to stay with them. Okay, I will love my kids to death. The in-laws may not like staying with us, and we may not like the in-laws. Yeah. So there may be different habits, different lifestyle, whatsoever, right? So I think it's a very serious problem, right? It's a very serious problem. Okay. The second thing is that we have allowed our HDB prices to escalate out of control, right? If I want, I think huge, there's a huge risk. There's a huge risk the government refused to take. Sorry, it's a it's a small risk the government refused to take by managing HDB prices downwards. The problem is that once the price of houses goes up, to bring it down has very severe economic implication. But you know what? America is happening. Uh, America is happening. Europe is happening. Korea is happening. I don't know what other countries happening. Their their house prices are coming down. I don't see the economy collapsing. If I'm the government, if I want the houses price to come down, I can. I can. Okay. I don't think we have oversupply problem, right? So therefore, we have a serious problem if we allow our house prices to escalate too much. Right now, we have a problem that the resale flat are unaffordable, despite all the increased grants, and our HDB BTO are too long to wait. It's as simple. When you have this problem, what you result? You result in young people delaying their weddings, delaying their either delaying their weddings or rushing into a relationship early in order to secure a flat. Okay, or they are, or simply and they also delay their children. Okay, having kids. So, do you agree with me? That's a serious problem. It's a serious problem. Now, this is Mr. Lu speaking. I think I have the financial might to support three of my kids to buy resale flat. I think I can. Worst case, they go Malaysia, become digital nomad, or find a job in Malaysia. There's a house there waiting for them. But what about the rest of the Singaporeans? What about the rest of young people? Very serious problem. It's a very serious problem. All right. So we have this is an outcome of a policy error. This is an outcome of a policy error. Okay. And it's my opinion, it's a serious policy error. Okay, it's a very solvable problem once once you just change certain policy norms that they're used to. Okay, we're gonna have kids rushing into marriage at as early as people still in army, all right? People still in army, people still in studies, getting getting going for BPO. Seriously, at that age, you sure that's the husband or wife you want to have? What the hell do they know? The working world out there will change them. We all agree the working world changes. Second is that they now postpone they're having children, and third is that you know their the resale flats are just too expensive. Okay, all these are very solvable problem, but what we are doing right now is Mickey Mouse measure for fear of of making drastic action. I think we have reached a stage that this become a level which we all the while want to avoid, which is like which is like potentially one day, if we allow this to go on, it may be like Hong Kong. Well, young people go to the street and protest. If you agree with me, all give a like. If you agree with me, all give a like. so that more people will, when you give a like, more people will see this video, and then hopefully some ministers and some firm secs and some government officers will see. Okay, yeah, yeah. I think it's a very, very serious problem. First of all that agree with me say me, and give a like. Okay, do you agree with me? If you don't agree with me, say not me. Then I want to hear you out. Okay, do you agree with me? Okay, me. And I want to see one person say not me. I want you to explain why what I said is wrong. Okay, who agree with me? Agree times 10,000 times, right? Yeah, I haven't seen a not me, Yes, have more me, please. Just say me so that hopefully more people can see it, right? Is this the contingency plan your HDB? No, no, no. HDB was meant not as a contingency plan, was a holiday house and retirement house, right? Okay. So the person who say not me, give explanation why. Yeah, right. So I think 99.9% would agree with me that this is a system. I don't know why in this area our government is completely, in the words of Professor Ben Leong, he used the word our government is tone deaf, right? Tone deaf is tone deaf about this. This is a very, very serious problem, right? Um, First of all, I'm a huge supporter of government of almost every other policy except this one. This one is a serious problem, and our children are now being affected. It will affect the rest of our. It will go on and on and on. Yeah, I don't know why. It's so easy to see this, and yet our government is tone deaf. You know, do you know what will happen? What will happen if they continue to be tone deaf of this problem? I'm afraid, okay, I'm afraid they will lose votes in a big way. I don't want my government to lose votes, right? I don't want my government to lose votes because I love my government, my PAP government, because they are a single biggest protector of my CPF and my economy and everything. But in this one area, they gotta make wrong things right. And they can. They just cannot move away from what is happening on the ground. I can assure you, I already seen it. A lot of people, the younger people will feel the pain, and the parents like us who feel the pain. And if they cannot see this, what will happen? The people will vote against them. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen, right? This is a serious problem. So I want to highlight that this is a very correctable problem. Very correctable problem, right? All we need to do, okay, is to build ahead of demand, not build to order. Build ahead of demand, and you don't build a lot ahead of demand. You just build some ahead of demand. Okay, and I can assure you, if you got unsold house, just keep dropping the price and you will sell them all. I've never seen any in my commercial life. I've never seen anything that cannot be sold. It's all about price. Okay, you just reduce the price, right? So what is so difficult about them seeing this thing, right? So this is what Professor Ben Leong said as tone deaf. Okay, towards this one policy, they just tone deaf. So I think it's a serious problem that I didn't realize that young people are now rushing into BPO because it's just too long a wait. So they just get married as quick as possible. Never mind, not say never mind. You know, school students are now getting married, or at least picking the choice of their life partner. Seriously, seriously, yeah. Okay. Marry first, talk later, Randall. Good point. Marry first, talk later, and then get into trouble over a marriage. Who agree with me that the choice of your life partner will determine 80 to 90% of your life success? So therefore, you better pick carefully. I say again, the choice of your life partner will determine 80 to 90% of your life success. So you better choose carefully. And are you sure at 21, 22, 23 years old, do you know how to pick a life partner? People change. People change. Yeah. People change. Yeah. I I unfortunately, this is a very, very serious problem. It's a very, very serious problem. How can my staff pick a spouse at 22 years old? They must be kidding me, man. Yeah, they have to deal with this policy head on. It's more difficult to get a HDB than get a wife. That's funny. Okay. But what is Sui Sui single not get a life partner? I don't know about this is very personal, but I don't think in the case of my daughter and my staff, they're all very pretty ladies. I don't see why they need to rush into making a decision so that they can get BTO early. Yeah. Okay. So our young Singaporeans is actually okay. So I don't think I actually think that I actually think that this is all a policy. This is a policy mistake. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I think I want to I actually would like the government to hear what I say. Okay. I'm not sure Minister Desmond Lee is a problem. Minister Desmond Lee inherited this policy from generations all the way from 1997 mistake. So it's just continuing the norm, right? So I think it's a governmental issue. Yeah. I think they really need to, yeah, they really need to see. I actually like Minister Desmond Lee very much. Yeah. But this is one thing that I think is something that they need to reverse. I suspect that this policy, this mishandled wrong, this policy of this policy, which is having a problem right now, is going to cause the PAP to lose votes. Okay, and I don't like that. Yeah, and we can easily address this policy. I don't, I don't have an issue with COE. COE prices goes up. I don't think, I don't think there's an easy solution to that. Housing, housing policies are easy. This housing policy is easier to deal with, right? You just nip the problem at its butt. Don't even let it, yeah, don't let it go up. Yeah. So this is a very, very serious problem. Yeah. So let's have some comments, shall we? Let's have some comments. Okay. Getting married at any age, there's always a divorce possibility. Do you know how painful a divorce is? Make HDB affordable, restrict the sale as public housing. First timers should get priority and discounted pricing first. Uh, I don't think the issue is the price right now. The issue is the length of the length of the building of the building takes a long time. Minister Desmond seems unwilling to make drastic changes. When Lawrence Wong was MND, he was stuck out front with issue HDB a go zero. Oh, this is a very interesting point. After DPM, which then was the minister, make the statement that housing prices, okay, will so how HDB value will go down to zero, okay. I think a lot of Singaporeans suddenly came realization, but never since then, which I think was 2016 or something like that, did the government make that statement again, okay? Because when they make the statement, it can potentially lose votes, Yeah, but that is house asset enhancement policy, protection of HDB values is a promise. I don't think the government actually say that, but asset enhancement scheme, if it's a promise that the government cannot keep. And I don't think government ever promised that. Okay. But they say asset enhancement means that from wherever you are, they try to bring up the value. They never say that their value can be a lower value. Okay. Right. So so PAP will lose more votes if they build ahead of demand because more couple will apply BTO and resale value will drop. If my resale value drop, I'm happy because my children now can afford it. Okay. Yeah. So the common guarantee can eat one day the chicken will come to lose. Okay. So I think this is a very correctable, easily correctable policy. Okay. And it's unfortunate that at this juncture on this issue, the government is tone deaf to us. Okay, yeah, it's just it's just it's just tone deaf on this policy. The the magnitude of the cries of the people, I don't think they can hear, or either they choose not. They hear and they consider and say, I personally feel that they will lose votes because of this issue. Okay, so I hope that they will do something about this, right? Right, build ahead of demand, okay, and then control HDB prices. Hey, how can a four-room flat be at $1.4 million? The value will go to zero, no? The person buying it don't think that his value will go to zero, right? He thinks that his 1.4 million will go to 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. I'm very sure about that, right? Okay. And then when the reality starts now, why do we have this problem? Because the Federal Reserve overprint money and send a shockwave down the whole world, and as a result, send inflationary policy up. There were problems with supply, and all these issues caused a short-term rise, right? So I think I think things can change. Things can change. Yeah, 6 year wait for BTO is jalat. Some said marriage don't last that long. Yeah. Okay. So about 30,000 babies a year. Say need 15,000 flats needed a year when they get married in future. Okay, maybe he rent a piece of land. Okay, so this problem is a very serious problem. For those people coming, we are discussing on this topic, right? That actually our BTO policy and our uncontrolled value HDB resale appreciation has caused a serious problem to our young people, because our young people now have to quickly get married as soon as they can, picking their life partner at a very young age, okay, which I don't think they're ready yet, and wait 6, 7 years for the BTO to come. By then they will start having their married, then decide to have children. All these are unnecessary. These have huge social economic policy to work, and the choice of life partners at the young age is going to be a serious problem to our children. I would be very concerned. Okay, PM Lee says that compared to Taiwan, most Singaporeans are able to own a house. I agree. I don't disagree there. Our problem right now is when do they own a house? Okay, just regulate HDB rental heavily and everything will solve. Cap and tax, no, I don't think it's that easy. Okay, uh, pretty impossible to get a policy change if the current screams are not heard. What I fear is that if the people's voice are not heard, then they'll take it up to the votes, the polls, and that part is one that's scaring me. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that. Owners are the one who push up HDB sales, sell at high prices. Sorry, sell at high prices, push up. Okay. Sorry, there are a lot of questions coming. An ex-colleague rushed into getting a BTO with his girlfriend. They broke up before key selection. I think there are many such cases, right? I think 6 years is a long wait, no? Um, I don't think it's wait. Uh, uh, okay, I don't think it's an issue of building ahead. I think the government needs to look into improving the productivity of construction sector. Need to use more advanced building techniques. Okay, well, if they can do that, that's good. But I don't think house building can just like that. Yeah, I don't think it's that easy. But I could be wrong. I'm not from the construction sector. Okay. Uh, okay. Rich people should sell their HDB and give chance for young people to buy. Okay. I'm not so sure about that. At what age are more ideal to apply for BTO in this stage? I I, I think there's no right or wrong. I think people should pick their life partners only, make a decision of life partners only after they go to work. Okay. But then some true colors, your behavior, at least you have some form and shape. I think that's a good one. To pick a life partner when you're still schooling, when you're still in army, you sure or not? So, you know, are you sure? Are you sure I think that's too serious. So when you decide to when you decide to get married, you should get a house easily in 2 years or something like that, right? So why do you have to wait for so long, right? So yeah, okay. Housing body, yeah, okay. So uh, uh, okay, except the fact that HDB us to live, not to make money, make our money elsewhere. No, again, right? Asset enhancement policy is a policy that government try to increase the value of the flat to make everybody have a stake to live in. I don't think that that's a bad policy in a broad sense, but I don't think we should promise that our house value will always be there. Okay, yeah, I think we need to bring this awareness that HDB prices will surely go to zero one day. Okay, Swiss standard have we achieved? I think we have far exceeded that. I go to Switzerland a lot. I don't think the Swiss live as well as we do. Okay. Um, if government wants to have more babies, they should control house price. I agree. Okay. My wife and I got married last year, but we're not living together. Still have 3 to 4 years wait for a BTO. Exactly the point I'm driving at, right? If you don't get married, how I don't know how to say this without sounding rude, but if you're not living together, your chances of having a baby goes down, right? Yes. I worry for a segment of young. Yes. Okay. Does EC goes to zero? Of course. Any leasehold 99 goes to zero. Yeah. Okay. Yes. No. It's easy to make babies, but when you have babies, you got to take care of baby. You need space. You need a private house. You try to have a baby with your with their grandparents. The grandparents have a certain style of taking a baby. You have a certain style of baby. Then conflict happens. So most people will delay their baby making decisions until you get a house. Okay. Uh, in my early 30s and father to be and still need to wait 6 years for BTO. You serious, Chris? Isn't that a serious problem? He's in his early 30s already. His father to be and he still need to wait 6 years for his BTO. My goodness. Okay. Right. I hope that the problem with you guys is that you all don't give a like. If you don't give a like, not many people will see this video, and the people we want them to see the video won't get to see the video. So could you all give a like to this video so that the right people will see this video and hopefully they'll take this point in serious consideration, right? We want to have a change in this policy so that it benefits the rest of Singaporeans. Okay, and I think that you know we really, this is really it is a really who agree with me that this is a serious problem. Okay, if you agree it's serious problem, click a like so that yeah, more people see, right? I think it's a very serious problem, right? I think it's a very serious problem. It's a serious problem. Okay, I'm not so sure it is as easy as hiring more foreign workers and just build. Okay, I'm not so sure. It's a very serious problem. The last thing I want is our kids decided there's no hope in Singapore. They can't afford easy housing. They can't make babies at an early age. And then they migrate to certain places, right? Are we really want this to happen? They force our children to go elsewhere? Yeah. So I don't know why is it so difficult, right? Okay. I think we need to be able to take risks at a governmental level, okay? And it's very easy to handle that risk. Okay. Yes. Right. All right, cool. Okay. So with this I hope that people agree with me, yeah, click a like and things like that. A lot of people buying bigger flats more than needed. Okay, it's a sacred cow to be state. Yes. Okay. Right. Singapore construction standard is way behind Japan and Germany. I don't know about that. Okay, I hope they can improve. Okay. Uh, yep. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So I hope that whoever is in a ability to impact this policy say it. Okay. Um, Mr. Lu, like your take on this. Minister said our income level are in pace with BTO prices. Do you agree with this? No, with again, they are looking at the cheapest BTO, which is the non-mature estate BTO. That I agree, right? The mature estate BTO, no, obviously not, right? So no, I don't think so. Uh, so I actually think there is a is clearly went out of whack. Okay, clearly went out of whack. Yeah. Uh, do I consider writing in Straits Times? I need to get a copywriter. If not, I got no time to write. Okay. All right. Cool. This is a very serious problem. Yeah. Okay. All right. I hope. I hope you all can. Um, give some comments and click a like so that the right person can hear. I don't know how to say. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for joining me tonight. Okay. We'll see you again tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Okay. I think nowadays, if I can, every day I'll try to do a talk, even a short one. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining me. Good night, Slim. Okay. Good night to you all. Okay. Good night. Remember to click a like. Yeah. Okay. So more be Lilian. Good to see you. Okay. And have a good night. Okay. Good night, Chu Sim. Good night to you too. Okay. Okay, Charlene, good night. Wow, Charlene joins us both premium on this one. MW, good night to you too. Chris, good night to you. Okay. Good night, Thomas. Good night to you too. Okay. Good night to all. Okay. I'm gonna off it right now. Thank you. Cynthia, good night to you.